Hey, we made it. Welcome to the show. And I've got a lot of stuff packed into this broadcast for you today. And let's just see. I'm going to look over to the chat here. Let's make sure that we are indeed live. Give me a big hello in the chat to confirm that we are indeed here and that we are alive. So give me a big old hello. Let me know I'm live, and we're going to kick things off. I never know for sure once I go live how many people are here. We are awesome. We are live. So we're going to get to it. So this show is all about entrepreneurship, building businesses, and especially focused on AI. My name is Bill McIntosh. I'm the founder of Push Button AI. In today's show, I've got a jam-packed, content-rich show, including we're going to be covering today, does Google penalize AI content? Some people really are concerned about this fact to find out, does Google actually penalize you for using AI on your websites and to get rankings? Well, we're going to dive deep. We're going to strip aside all the rumors and tell you the truth so you know exactly what the answer is. And I'm going to show you a case study to sort of, it lets the cat out of the bag a little bit, but we're going to talk about a case study of someone who did 750,000 visitors per month by ranking AI content. We'll get into that a little bit. Also, today we have a segment on how to start a side hustle to fund your startup. So if you're starting up a brand new business, whether it's a digital online business, offline, whatever it is, let's face the reality is that it takes money to make money, right? You often have to invest money into all kinds of things with your business to get it off the ground. That could be advertising, could be hiring services to help with design work. It could be a lot of different things, but it often takes money to start your new business. And sometimes people are on a tight budget. So I'm going to show you how you can start a side hustle that costs you 13 bucks out of your pocket to get started. And you can actually start making extra money on the side to fund your startup business. We'll get into that. Also, I'm going to show you today, this is my favorite segment of this week, and that is how to get paid to build your own subscriber list. And personally, I've done tens of millions of dollars with my email subscriber lists. And there is a brand new, very unique strategy I'm going to teach you on how you can get paid to build your subscriber list. And it's pretty dang awesome. And then finally, I'm going to reveal a new, we'll use air quotes, spy tool that Google has released that you can actually spy on your competition. And it helps you do market research. You can find out what's working with ads. You can find out all kinds of cool things. I'll show that to you. And of course, I'm going to answer all of your questions live while we're here during the live broadcast. So thank you so much for tuning in. I want to remind you, we're doing this broadcast here on YouTube. And we have some of my paying customers from Push Button AI are here with us. I'll be taking questions from them. Many of them have submitted requests to me before the show asking questions. They might have want site critiques or want me to take a look at some copy or strategy. But all of our customers in Push Button AI get private access to me to be able to submit their questions and get help during the live shows. And Push Button AI, by the way, this show is informally sponsored by it. It's my company I founded. And in it, we create amazing course businesses, a digital course business. So if you've ever thought about wanting to have a digital course and you're not a member of Push Button AI, then trust me, you want to schedule a demo. And Push Button AI, what it does is it creates an entire business from your sales page to your subscription, your opt-in page to build a list, creates free reports that you can give away to your customers. It builds your website, sets up your hosting. It finds and registers your domain name for you. It creates a course. It'll help you figure out the perfect course to create. And it'll create a 12-module course. It does video lessons, audio lessons. It'll write a 30-day email sequence for you. It'll create your ads for you, your social media posts, and a heck of a lot more. And it can be done at the press of a button, hence pushbutton.ai. So if you'd like to schedule a demo and you're not yet a customer of Push Button AI, you can do that. And to do that, you just text this number. We'll do a little plug here before we move on into the content. Just text the word demo to the number you see on your screen right there. And that will help you get set up with your very own demo of push button AI. And it gets you into the private access where you can have access to submit your questions and get coaching and help and all that stuff from me and the team. So with that, we'll get that out of the way. And also, by the way, I have Nick here with us. And Nick, if you could do me a favor and pop that into the chat as well, let people know where that is, where they can text that. And you can text that number, text the word demo. And that's for people who aren't yet customers and who are interested in getting in early. Right now, Push Button AI is not open to the public. And we're taking early access. And we do that by doing demos and making sure that you're a good fit for the program. So that's how you do that. So let me pull that off the screen and get back to the comments. All right, fantastic. And Nick, maybe if you can come on mic for a second. Are you with me here?
Hello, I am with you. Hi.
Hey, awesome, awesome. So I may call on you a little later to help me wrangle questions. I do notice the chat is quite busy. So we'll be getting to that. Maybe I'll need your help a bit later. So thanks for helping behind the scenes today.
Of course.
All right. So let's get into it. And one other thing I want to do, just housekeeping for those of you who are customers that are here with us now. We don't handle customer support or tech support in the broadcast show chat. So if you are a customer and you would like support, it's really quite easy. And all you got to do is email help@pushbutton.ai. That's help@pushbutton.ai. They'll get rapidly to your issue. They will help you with tech support, customer service, whatever you need, that kind of stuff. Pop that over there. And with that, we're going to get on with today's show. So the first thing we're going to get into is Google. And this segment is all about how Google treats and deals with AI content. In the rapid rise of AI, it's everywhere. It's in the media everywhere. Everyone is starting to jump on the AI bandwagon. And if you're not yet, you better start, let me tell you. And one of the things that I hear a lot of people asking, it's a very common question, is does Google penalize you for using AI content? And I want to dive right into the source. I'll tell you straight from Google. We'll pull up some quotes and references and we'll show you what you can and what you can't do with AI content regarding Google. And then we're going to start off by, I want to show you how you can use it. And there's a simple case study that someone posted on LinkedIn that I would like to share with you. And we'll go into that in just a moment. But before we do, I want to clarify one thing. We're talking today about blog posts, articles, and content that you publish on your website to attract traffic from Google. That's specifically what we're talking about. So we are not talking about like if you have a private members area or a free report or some kind of downloadable gift or a course or video lessons or audio lessons. This does not apply to any of that content. You could use AI in any of those things any way you choose with zero risk of penalty of any kind. So today, we're specifically talking about blog content that you would be using to attract free traffic from Google, okay? Just to clear that up. So what we'll do now, I'm going to share the screen and we'll get started on today's first segment. Let's get it pulled up here. There we go. So this is all about using content pulled from GPT-4, right? ChatGPT it's from the company OpenAI. And this person was able to generate 750,000 users a month using it. A little overview of some of the results, ranking with over 4,000 keywords in positions 1 through 3. This is using AI content, by the way. And then some of the other stats here. You can see here's their actual traffic from Google Analytics as they started and ramped up. And you can see even when different updates, these are moments when Google was doing updates and different kinds of penalties and things over time, didn't affect this, and it kept on going. So yes, you can rank content in Google and you can get free traffic. And there is a way to do it right and there's a way to do it wrong. And so let's dive into what that is. So first of all, some time ago, there was a bit of a panic that went off. So Google gave out a little bit of a release and people were freaking out thinking that it was changing SEO. And here's something from Search Engine Roundtable, and they get into the helpful content update. And this is something that Google has done. They basically, the simplicity of it is that they want helpful content, just like it says, right? They want you to be putting out articles and blog posts and stuff that is useful and helpful and gets people the information that they need. It doesn't give them false information. It doesn't waste their time. It gets them what they're looking for. Pretty makes sense, right? I mean, that's what Google is all about. Google ultimately wants you to send good information to their users. They want you to provide the answers to the questions they're looking for and the data that they want. That's really what Google is concerned about. But what happened is there was a huge firestorm and a rumor mill sort of just exploded on the internet, and people started to think that Google was going to penalize AI content. That's actually not the case. And I'll back it up and I'll show you exactly why and how you can use the content correctly when you're doing AI. So this set off a rumor mill. In fact, there are entire companies and businesses that have been set up, and they charge money to help you trick AI detectors, right? It's a huge thing. There's a bunch of sources for it. In fact, I debated whether or not I was going to support hiding AI content in our push button AI product. We have not added that. We have a lot of customers asking for it. I mean, I suppose if they keep asking, we might include it. But right now, we do not have any kind of tricks that hide the content from Google as being AI. And so that's something you don't have to worry about either as you get into this. You do not have to trick Google into thinking that your content is written by humans. You just don't have to do it today. And let's get into why. So we'll go back to the screen. And so here's their exact guidance. They've actually said specifically, they've given us all of this content, which, by the way, in my show notes and behind the scenes to all of our customers, I'll be giving you all the links that I use today, all references, all links, and everything that I go over in the show. I'll be providing along with transcripts to all of our paying customers over at pushbutton.ai. And so that includes this document here, but you can find it on the web. This is it explains everything that you need to know about doing content. And it's all right here. Google rewards high quality content, however it is produced. Google's ranking systems aim to reward high quality content that demonstrates qualities of what we call EAT or EEAT. Expertise, experience, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. We care about this in how our search works here, and you can go and read more about this. And so I'm not going to read the entire article that goes into this. And it even says here how automation can create helpful content. Okay. Now, they even give advice on how to use AI in your content, some frequently asked questions. Right here, is AI content against Google search guidelines? Appropriate use of AI or automation is not against our guidelines. Pretty clear right there, right? Now, this means that it is not used to generate content primarily to manipulate search rankings or to produce spam. So let me explain that. Let me sort of help speak for Google on this. So what they're looking for is content that helps, content that answers, provides what the user is looking for. They don't care if it was generated by AI. Google actually has a lot of signals. Easily over 100, probably many hundreds of signals, maybe even 1,000 different signals that they watch. And they're watching user behavior. They're watching all kinds of things. And when they can detect that the users are getting what they're looking for, they rank your content, period. So whether it's AI generated or not. Now, there's a lot of details about this. And in fact, for all of our paying customers behind the scenes, I have a document I'll be sharing with you with a lot more details about why and how you rank your AI content. But let's go over some of it just really quickly. Now, let's see here. Okay, also more here. I'm going to go back to the screen. So here's another article here that talks about how Google deals with AI content and how you can get it to rank. Right here is some documents about how Google asks you to create helpful, reliable content as well. And, oh, that's getting ahead of ourselves. Okay. And so it is possible. Okay. And that's at the end of the day what you want to do. And there's a few tricks that I have found that help with this a lot. And so I like to think about what are the things people need to know. And if I'm generating content using something like ChatGPT, I'll ask it to give me a list and say, hey, if I'm trying to rank an article titled, 72 ways to teach your dog to stop barking, what are the common questions that people might ask about this article? And ChatGPT will come back and give me a list of all the questions people might ask. Well, I make sure that those questions are answered in my content. In fact, I can even then tell ChatGPT to write them up in a question and answer format for me to copy and paste into my AI content. That's an example of something that could be very helpful to the users. And so one of the things that is also important is that if you're asking ChatGPT or any AI tool to generate highly specific references, right? If you try to ask ChatGPT to give you links to references or proof of what it's saying, it is going to give you bad information. So don't ever use, at least in the current state of AI at the time of this broadcast, don't use it to ask it to give you specific scientific references or links or other things that it might need to find. It just isn't very good at that, and you'll often get bogus information, okay? It's called a hallucination, is the term when the AI returns back made up or false information. They call it hallucination. And so it does do that, and it's often when you're asking for very specific information that it doesn't have a reference to, it will sometimes make stuff up. So you want to make sure that you do not do that in the content that you create. All right. And so at the end of the day, we know that if we apply the basic principles of search engine optimization and providing good quality content, it is irrelevant whether the content was generated by an AI or by a human. What matters is that it helps the user and gives them good, useful information. And that is the end of the story. That is the whole thing there in a nutshell. Now, those of you in our Push Button AI program, you have access to some training I did for you just a few weeks back that covers the whole A to Z of how to plan, how to use AI to get a content plan, how to use AI to build authority and establish credibility. And you remember EAT that we talked about in the thing? That's very important that you cover the right kinds of content in the right way. You're covering the right keywords, the right topics, the right questions, bundled together in little packages to establish authority and to establish that you're an expert in a topic. And when you have topical authority, then AI content can rank like crazy. So we've got training for our paid members that goes over that. And on that, I think we're going to move on to the next segment here. So let me do this and jump in here. We'll go to the next segment. This is a fun one. Okay, let me get the screen sharing ready and do this. All right. Okay, on to the next segment. So the next thing we're going to cover in today's broadcast is all about how you can create a side hustle to generate sizable amounts of money. Because let's face it, when you start a new business, whether you're building a digital business online of any kind, or a regular business out in the offline world, the bricks and mortar business, they all take money to establish, test, launch, advertise, and that's just the facts of doing business. It is very hard to start a business with $0, if I could say almost impossible. But there are ways to generate some quick cash based upon your skills or even skills that you can learn in a single afternoon. And that's what we're going to talk about today, is an incredible side hustle that with $13 and about an afternoon's worth of study, you can start producing a side hustle revenue that you can begin investing into your own business. You can become investing, whether it's ads or whatever you need the cash for to help fund your business. You can use this side hustle to do it. And I'll pull up and show you an example of someone who succeeded at this. So she has turned this into a 6-figure side hustle. It's all about doing graphic design services. Now, if that freaks you out, do not worry. You do not need to be an artist, a graphic designer, a technical expert. You can literally be an expert at nothing as we're talking here today. And by the same time tomorrow, you could actually be in business as a graphic designer using the tools that we're going to be showing you in just a moment. And I'll talk about step by step, what do you need to do to launch this side hustle and produce this revenue? Okay, now, so here she is, and it goes over here. She basically did it as a second job on the side, started the side hustle, and she ramped it up to a 6-figure income. And so again, I'll give links to this in the show notes for all of our customers, and you'll see all of this, but it talks about what it takes to make this worth. And this is important too, setting a schedule and sticking with it. That's probably the biggest part of this entire thing, is that line right there. If you're willing to set a schedule and stick to it, where you're going to work on your side hustle a little bit every week, you will win if you stick to it and you persist. All right, so then now let's do this. Let me go pull up, see what else I need to show you here. And what we're going to talk about is Canva. Okay, so Canva is, here, we'll head over here, is an incredible design. Oh, there you go. See, actually, we use Canva to do our last thumbnail on YouTube there. So you can see with Canva, there's all kinds of things that you can create. And they have a billion templates of all kinds of things that are already templatized. And so whether it's graphic templates, infographics, thumbnails for YouTube, social media posts, it even does video editing. You could use this for creating video sales letters, Facebook ads. You can help streamers like me with their content. You can design logos. Heck, there are even resume templates inside. And one of the coolest things is there's a gigantic library of videos and photos and images and stuff that you can use. Over 75 million different things that you can use in the Canva library to create art and to create design tools. And this is highly valuable, and it only costs $12.99 a month. So for $12.99, and I am not a Canva affiliate. I'm not promoting Canva. I'm not trying to get you to go sign up. But for $12.99 a month, you just can't beat it. And it's easy to use and easy to learn. And so you have the masses of people out there that don't know about Canva. They don't know how to use it. And trust me, there are millions of them. You come in, and in one single afternoon, Canva has something called Canva School. I'll show that on the screen in a moment. And in one afternoon, you can learn the skills that you need to be able to sell those services. And we're going to talk about, there's some very specific websites that you can go to. You set up a profile and you can sell those services. And people will order, like banner ads. They'll order YouTube thumbnails. They'll order infographics and social media posts and all those things, and they will pay you. And there are things that literally take 2 minutes to create. And you can walk away with $30, $40, $60 for something that takes just a few minutes to create when you know how to do it. So this is quite cool. And you can rack up a nice side income from doing this. In fact, I know some people that are even a middleman. So they have someone that they've taught how to use Fiverr, and then they just go out and get the jobs, and they got somebody else who even does the work. That's a whole other discussion for another day. But that's Fiverr. And let's look back here. I want to show you Fiverr School. Oh, sorry, not Fiverr, Canva. Jeez. Design School. In Canva, you have an entire lesson here. You can see they've had a lot of students go through it, but there are lots of courses here. And you just go through Canva's Design School, and it's at canva.com/design school. And you'll learn everything you need to know to be able to easily sell your services. And that's how it works. And so Canva's even using AI in their tools, by the way. You know how much I love AI. I'm all in on AI in my businesses. And Canva is actually putting ChatGPT integration in there. So you can use it to help you create this stuff and help you create images, help you create text and sales copy. And so their comprehensive learning program at Design School is everything you need to know to do it. And anything from print ads, that's the other thing. You can design brochures, print materials, letterheads, business cards. All those things can be designed in Canva. So Canva is a a great way to do this, and I'm looking through my notes here. So here are your steps. Step one, really easy. Step one is to sign up for Canva. Quite simple. $12.99. They'll give you, I think it's a 30-day free trial. So you actually don't even have to pay your first month in business. That is step one. Step two is to become familiar with Canva. And you can do that by going through design school. So go through design school. Then the next step is that you are going to do a deep dive over on Fiverr. So we're going to be using Fiverr. We're going to be using Upwork. We're going to be using freelancer.com. Those are the three places you're going to use to do this. And so if we head over to Fiverr, for example, and here I'll share my screen. You just come over here and we can just look for all kinds of things from here, logo design, okay? You can also search. So if you want to search, I don't know, business cards. Here are all kinds of things to design business cards. Or we can say social media posts. There we go. Social media post design right there. So you can see here, here's a job. And the basic is they're charging $20. Standard is $50. And their premium service is $100 for 20 editable designs created using, right there, you can see they're using Canva, okay? So there are all kinds of services here. And so you want to do a deep dive in Canva and just take a look and see what is being offered, how much it's being offered for, and then just to understand what you can sell. Again, here's someone designing Facebook ads. That's quite easy to do. A YouTube banner for someone to put on their YouTube channel, professional YouTube banner, social media covers. That's actually also very easy to do. YouTube thumbnails. That's easy to do as well. All of these things are stuff that you can easily charge money for with very minimal training to make it work. And then the other place we're going to go is Upwork. So Upwork, same thing. You can sign up here, create a profile, and sell your services. And of course, we got Freelancer, freelancer.com. And on these three places is where you go to list your services. And the first thing I would do is create a portfolio and your own website if you can. So for example, if you're a client of one of my companies at Profit Platform, you can easily build a website and throw a design portfolio on there in about an hour worth of work. And so you can create a design portfolio, or you can list your design portfolio over on Fiverr. And what I would do is just invest an afternoon making a bunch of fake graphics and fake posts and templates and things like that, just so you can showcase some of your design work. And then work really hard to get your first customers. Even if your first few customers, you do it for very cheap to get them a great service, get them leaving feedback and testimonials for you. And at that point, then you're off and you begin raising your prices, and you can make quite a nice side hustle with this opportunity. And let me take a look at my notes here. Okay, I think that covers that one. And I just can't stress how easy this really is. And I think people that are not familiar with graphic design are going to freak out and think it's going to be hard and think that it's going to take lots and lots of study and effort and all these kind of things. It's not hard to do. And I would say that out of all the different side hustles out there that require no experience, this is probably the easiest there is. And it just requires, again, creating profiles on those three sites, get yourself an afternoon's worth of experience, create some examples of your work, and go start selling your services. And you can create a nice side income. And for me, this is probably something like I would do if I were starting out back again with zero budget and I needed to generate some cash to fund my business. I would start doing services like this to raise that money. All right, let's see here. So we're going to move on to the next segment. And don't forget that today we're going to also be doing a Q&A at the end of these segments. So we've got 2 more segments to get through, and then we're doing open Q&A. and I'll be talking to you all and answering all your questions and helping you out any way I can. So before we get into the next segment, which is actually my favorite, I want to remind you that this is all courtesy of pushbutton.ai. And pushbutton.ai is an entire suite of AI tools that we are releasing. Currently, it is in private early beta access. It is not available to the public. And we have many of my customers actually here with me in the chat at the moment. So I want to welcome all of you. I see you out there, and thank you for being a customer. But for those of you who are not yet a customer, I want to let you know that you can apply. We don't accept everyone, and it requires you go through a demo process to find out if it's right for you. And if it is, we can help you do things like build an entire business by answering 2 questions and hitting a button. You can build an entire business in literally a matter of hours. The AI goes to work and it builds the whole thing, sets up your hosting, registers your domain name, launches your business, and a whole lot more. And then coming up, we have things like digital AI tutors that we're about to launch, where you can actually have a live interactive classroom that has a professor or a tutor or however you want to call it that can teach your customers all about any topic you can imagine. It can create and deliver a step-by-step course or training to those customers. It's quite cool. That's another thing coming down the pipeline. We have SEO businesses where, again, answer a few questions and hit a button. The AI goes to work and it will create your entire search engine optimization plan, pick out all of the relevant topics and keywords and phrases that you need to be able to rank. It'll organize them all, tell you what articles to write, and it can even write those articles for you, launch your new SEO website, and automatically post all the content. All again at the push of a few buttons. That are examples of some of the things that we are releasing under the Pushbutton AI brand and a whole lot more. If you'd like to get a demo to find out if it's a good fit for you and see if you should be part of our early bird program, text demo to the number you see on your screen there. Again, it'll be linked into the description of this video. And that's where you can become part of our paid customer, our early bird customers. And of course, I want to remind everyone who's a paid customer, you're going to get the downloads of each one of these segments, the transcription, a link to all the resources, and a written guide for every one of these segments will be given to anyone inside our Pushbutton AI program. Again, it's what we're providing to those customers. And on that note, I think I'm going to go on to the next segment, which again is my favorite. This is very cool. And we just get this set up. And we'll go here. Okay, so what I'm going to teach you about next is all about how I personally have generated 8 figures in revenue. That is tens of millions of dollars in revenue for those trying to keep track, all from one single tactic. And there's a new technique that allows you to do it quite simply. And this is how you can get paid to build your very own newsletter, to build your very own subscriber list, your email subscriber list, and you can get paid to do it. It is really cool, and it's due to a new strategy that I'll be teaching in this segment, and I'll show you exactly step by step what you have to do, what resource you have to use, and how to put it all together. But I want to let you know that I use email marketing every single day in all of my businesses, and it is easily 50% of the revenue that we generate in our businesses or more. And the reason we generate tens of millions of dollars in income from email marketing is because we've built lists. Each of my companies has built sizable lists of subscribers and customers that we can communicate with on a daily basis. And it allows us to do things like promoting my friends and associates and getting paid affiliate commissions, right? If I want to promote somebody else's product and get paid an affiliate commission, I can do that. And that's the most common way people start making money right out of the gate. You begin building a subscriber list and promoting affiliate offers to try to make your money back, right? You might spend time and money to build your subscriber list, and you want to get that back as fast as possible. So many people will promote affiliate offers. And then in my case, I have many different products and services that we also sell, so I can promote my stuff to them as well. And the entire goal of building a subscriber list is how do you get subscribers on your list who are going to result in you getting money and getting it fast. Obviously, the faster you can get money back from the subscribers, the more you can invest in building your list, and the bigger your list gets, the faster it grows and it snowballs until before you know it, you've got a sizable subscriber list. It's actually cranking out some really good revenue. So that's how we do it. And what I want to do is first show you how much a subscriber list can be worth. So not only can it produce tens of millions of dollars in income like it does for me, but it can also create a very valuable business. So this is a company that was called it's called Morning Brew. It is a newsletter. That's all it is. It's just an email newsletter. So they expanded to this massive email newsletter. That's all they do. They were generating $50 million in revenue from that. And they turned around and sold it. And it was sold, I think the valuation of the deal was like $75 million. So they walked away with a lot of money, right? By building and then flipping and selling an email newsletter. So if they were able to get $75 million for that, let's say you grew a subscriber list that was tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands, or even, I've been able to build subscriber lists with millions of subscribers on them. So now you can do that from the strategy of trying to turn it into something valuable and either cash flow for you. So you're getting paid every week to use your newsletter, or you can cash out like these guys did. Now, I'm looking here now. I think there's some more. Here we go. Yeah, we'll move to that in just a moment here. Okay, so now a guy who I follow, Grant Cardone, talks about how money flows to people who attract attention. And there's no better way to attract attention than by building your subscriber list. And then the money begins to flow. So the trick is, how do you make that fast? How do you attract all of the attention, build that subscriber list, but get the money faster? You want it to start flowing quickly. And that's all about our strategy that we're going to cover today. And I'm going to pull up my next link here. And we're going to go to, pull up this. And that is Beehive. And Beehive is a newsletter platform that lets you generate, create, promote, and mail your newsletter. And it helps you make money with it as well. So not only does it help you build it, help you deal with how to get subscribers, but then it also helps you use the list, mail the list, and monetize the list. And this is a key component to the strategy that I'm going to be sharing with you today. So there are a few things that you need to do. First, you need to sign up for Beehive. Okay? So sign up for Beehive. Then you're going to want to sign up and join one of their paid membership levels. And you want to use something called Boost. Okay. This is the trick. Boost your revenue, boost your growth. By using Boost, here is what happens. When you send a subscriber who subscribes on Beehive, the very next thing that subscriber sees is a little promotion saying, hey, since you just subscribed to Bill's newsletter, we think you're also going to like Joe and John's and Steve's and Samantha's newsletter as well. And it'll give you options to be able to quickly and easily join those other newsletters. That's what's called the thank you page. So they opt into your newsletter and then immediately are offered to join a few other newsletters if they choose. But check this out. With a click of a mouse, you get paid $1 to $4 for every single newsletter they join on that experience. And that's what Boost does. So the person signs up to your newsletter. The very next page, they're presented with other newsletters that they might be interested in. And you get $1 to $4 for each one they sign up for. So imagine you're spending $1 to get a new subscriber. Well, that new subscriber might sign up for a $4 offer, and you just made $4 plus $1 spent on advertising to get that subscriber, and you just pocketed $3 in profit to build your list. Now, pretty darn cool. And so this is something that I am going to start testing now. It's actually a campaign, a strategy that we're putting into my business right now to do this very thing. And we'll be spending a sizable amount of money on traffic, knowing that I can quickly, my snapper's not working. I can quickly get it to a point where we're getting reimbursed for our advertising. So we're spending money. We may spend $10,000 on ads, but I know I'm going to get it all back from this strategy. And I'm building my list for free or getting paid in many cases to build my own list. And so now I keep the subscriber list. I mail it. Now I can email those people over and over again, making money for a long time into the future. And it's quite easy to do. And that's how you make money and you get paid to build your own subscriber list. And then the cool thing is it's automated as well. So that whole strategy, once you implement it and you sign up for Boost and you select your similar newsletters, it's automated. You just drive the traffic and the money flows and the subscribers join the list. It's quite cool. So let's see what else I need to cover on this. Probably one of the easiest ways to make money with this is with social media. Like if you're on a limited budget and you want to figure out a quick way to get traffic, I would say social media, YouTube, probably creating short form content. There's a whole strategy on how you can use social media to drive subscribers to your newsletter, even for free. But I would highly recommend you invest in experimenting with different kinds of paid advertising to drive your subscribers, and then measure how much you're spending versus how much you're getting from the Beehive Boost program, and then adjust your strategy. But also social media posts, short form content on YouTube, TikTok even, they're all viable ways of generating free traffic for people to sign up to your newsletter. And this can work in a whole variety of markets, whether it's making money, finance, trading, whether it's health and fitness or weightlifting or dieting and keto, or all kinds of other mainstream hobby type newsletters. All of them are quite viable to be able to monetize and make work with this strategy. And let me see if there's anything else I need to cover on this. Okay. Oh, here's another one here. Let me see. I missed that one. Oh, there we go. Check this one out. Here's actually a guy from a pretty cool podcast, by the way, that shared this. And he had a 250,000 email subscriber list in the crypto market and sold it for quite a lot of money. And I think the final sales price is not disclosed, but the valuation was, so it's rumored that he made 8 figures, tens of millions of dollars is the rumor of what he got for this. It's not public information, but the rumor is he got 8 figures, tens of millions of dollars for his 250,000 email subscriber letter. And I think that this was, I think he ran this on Beehive, actually. I think Milk Road is run on Beehive, if I remember correctly. Yeah, actually, I'm looking at my notes now. Yes, it was run on Beehive using the same platform I'm recommending you use right now. So again, a short-term, quick, easy way to get up and running, get your first subscribers, get some cash flow coming in, and then you've got the ultimate exit plan at the end, should you so choose. And that is how we use Beehive to get paid to build our very own list. Pretty cool, right? All right, so next up, let's head over here. And I'm going to do a little segment here in just a moment, which, by the way, I'm going to check in with the audience. I don't get a chance to see the chat as it's flowing in, so I want to ask everybody, how are the training so far? You guys have been getting some value, been enjoying the content that I've been giving out there? Let me know in the chat. Just pop us in and let us know that whether you've been learning a little bit, getting some brilliant ideas, or getting a little bit of value out of today's content for those who are here with us live. I would love to find out how this content's coming through and if you're liking it. And this is a new format for our show, by the way. So we're going to be changing up this weekly format. We will be here every Wednesday at 2 o'clock Pacific. That's 5 o'clock Eastern We're going to be doing this show every week. I might have some guests coming on, by the way, and you might see some pretty interesting changes. And the idea is I want to be able to create lots of content and lots of value for you. That's the whole point of this broadcast. So I want to serve the public and everyone and help them with their journey in entrepreneurship so that whether you're starting, building, or growing your business, whatever phase you're at, I want to be able to help you during these broadcasts. But at the same time, I also want to provide extra value to my paying customers who are that are paying us for our services or paying for our software or all of our different products. And so what I'm doing for them is we're adding lots of extra value in their members area, and they're getting transcripts, they're getting downloadable guides, they're getting other downloadable resources, they get all of our resource links and a lot more if you're a paying subscriber. And also paying members will be also able to submit questions to me. So if you want me to do site critiques, maybe you want me to critique a sales letter, make a recommendation for a change to your ad campaign, or other things like that you want to get me personally working on your stuff, that's available only to our paying members as well. Okay, cool. Oh, good feedback. And hey, Nick, are you still on mic? I don't know if Nick is out there. Maybe not. Uh-oh. I think I surprised.
Yeah, I'm still here. Sorry about that.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to see too much of the chat. I don't want people staring at the top of my head while I'm reading the chat. How's the feedback? What people liking what we're doing so far?
Oh, yeah. Everyone seems to be really interested in what you're talking about.
Okay, awesome. And anything else we need to, I think we're good, right? I can just keep on going with the next segment? Yeah?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, awesome. Thanks, Nick. Nick, by the way, is a master of the world of mergers and acquisitions. That's his field of expertise. So like you see me talking about these deals where people are selling companies for large valuations. Well, Nick's entire career is around buying and selling businesses. So he is quite an expert at that. And in fact, maybe I'll drag him on air someday soon to get him to talk about that and talk about some, what it's like to be buying and selling businesses and how do you do it? How much money can you make? So that may be a future segment if you guys are interested in that. Okay, awesome. So then we're going to move on to the next segment for today. I was going to talk about building an AI customer avatar today, but actually there's something brand new that just came out that I want to include in that, and I'm not prepared. So I'm going to push that to next week. So next week, I'm going to be talking about how to create what's called a customer avatar using AI. And a customer avatar is something that once you get it down and you know how to use it, you can massively increase your profits in your business. And there's a lot of like voodoo magic that people talk about how you build these things, how you create a customer avatar. And it's really becomes your ideal customer and the person that you target all of your marketing to. And I'll get into it more, but we're going to push that to next week. So I'll cover that next week. It'll all be about how to use some cutting edge, literally like brand new as of today strategies to get AI to help you build that customer avatar, which then helps you research, design, grow, market, and profit from your new business. So we're going to cover that next week. And instead, there's something else that came out. It's actually pretty new information, a new thing that Google launched. And let me see if I have it here. Yep. Okay. I got it up. So we're going to talk about that instead today. So we'll get into that. That's the next segment. So what I want to talk about now is something that is quite cool. You might be familiar with the idea of spy tools, right? Where you can go sign up to these different paid tools to spy on people's advertising. And you can see what kind of ads they're running. What kind of keywords are they using? Are they using videos? Are they using graphics? All the stuff that you might want to learn about what's successful out on the internet. And so that you can look at that and it can help you make decisions about your business. And in fact, it can help you even start an entire business. Now, I've done things where I go out and I look and see what ads are running, what kinds of things are successfully selling, and then I start an entire business just based on that information. And that comes from these spy tools. And Google just handed you an awesome spy tool, and it's free. How about that? So some of you might be familiar with Facebook's ad library. And Facebook's ad library lets you do searching. It's kind of limited. It kind of focuses a little bit on political ads, but it's also lets you get at all kinds of different ads in the Facebook marketplace. And you can actually go and search and find the ads that are running on Facebook. Well, now we have that for Google. Let me show you. So this is part of their ad transparency effort. And they're saying they're doing this because they want a safe and open internet. So I think they have bowed to some political pressure, regarding elections and election interference and privacy and all these other things. And so they are offering this to allow us to have a little bit of a sneak peek, to look behind the curtain, so to speak, and see what ads are running. And so since I'm here recording this now with the live audience, I want to kick it back to the live audience. Do you guys know of any large companies that might be advertising in Google? Anybody want me to do a search? So tell me in the chat, pop that in there. We have a little bit of a delay, so we'll give a moment for that to come in. Somebody give me a large company, maybe in your niche, possibly, or not. Give me some examples of large companies, and we'll do some research right here on the spot. And I'll show you how you can use this tool for doing market research to figure out how to make your own profitable ads and make some money. So yeah, it's the Google Ads Transparency Center. And so you can read about it. You can explore political advertising. And then we can actually do a search here. So, okay, here's some, oh, wow, here's a controversial one, which it's crazy that it's controversial, but let's actually find out. I like this recommendation. This is from Jeff. Did I spell it right? Let's see. No, I did not spell it right. Budweiser. Budweiser Motors. Didn't know there was such a thing. So here we go. Budweiser.com. Now, it says they're not running ads right now. That's interesting. Okay, that is actually quite interesting. So let's take out Budweiser and let's try the next one. Let's try Walmart. Oh, that's interesting here. So we can also see, get a little sneak preview of how many ads are showing up. So Walmart Canada, interestingly enough, seems to be the one that has the most ads. And look at that. We can just like scroll through their ads. That doesn't seem fair, does it? But we can scroll through their ads and take a look and see what they're advertising on. Right? That is quite interesting. So, and if we click it, we can get a little bit of info about the ad. You can see when it was last shown, and so forth. All right, so we'll go back. There more from Walmart. Here is a graphical ad right here. That is quite interesting. So this actually looks like it's an app. Yeah, it looks like they're advertising the Walmart app. That's quite interesting. Okay, so let's go back to the main search and let's see, somebody else had, I don't know, this will be interesting. Let's see if Tony Robbins, the Tony Robbins Foundation is advertising. So, well, that's cool. That's his charity thing. But let's see if the other one. Okay, here's TonyRobbins.com. Some of his ads. That's cool. Okay. Let's see. Oh, wow. Here's another one. Another controversial one. We're getting political here today. BlackRock. Well, there's all kinds of BlackRock stuff. BlackRock Inc. Is that them? Is this the BlackRock you're looking for? It is. How about that? There we go. So we can see the ads that help them rule the universe right here. Okay. Here's an interesting one. This is an e-commerce brand. I don't know if they're going to show up. Okay, there they are, but I don't think they're showing any ads right now. Oh, there they are. No, here's some ads from Karma and Luck. Okay. So we can come and take a look. There's a video ad. You can play the video. And so there you go. This is quite intriguing. Okay, you guys are really giving me lots of suggestions here. Let's try here. I'm gonna do a couple more and then I'll come back on screen here. So let's go back to the main homepage and let's try this one. Let's try Tesla. Don't know if Tesla is doing any advertising. Let's see. Let me see if I type in Tesla Motors. Maybe that'll do it. Nope. The Tesla does not seem to be coming up. The Tesla Inc., perhaps? Let's see this one. Yeah, that doesn't seem to be showing up. Okay, let's try. Here's another good one. Let's try HubSpot. They're a big business-to-business advertiser. Oh, yeah, 2,000 ads. So HubSpot advertises to business, offering a variety of different marketing tools. That's actually quite interesting. So let's look at all their ads. That's interesting. So we can look at the ad and that is cool. So I highly recommend this be part of your market research strategy. And so what you can do, whether you just want to look into a market, and what I would do is go find all of the big advertisers, and I would start this process by going to the Google search directly, or perhaps looking at YouTube ads that you might see running on YouTube and get some ideas, build a list of related advertisers that you want to investigate. You go to the Ad Transparency Center, you pop them in there, and you get a chance to now look at their ads. And you can find out if they're currently advertising right now. You might get some signals as to how long they've been advertising, what's working, what's not working, and then you can adapt some of what they're doing into your own campaigns. Or let's say you notice a particular product type or a particular service or a particular marketing angle. You can now work that into your business in launching your own products using the same strategies. It's quite cool. And then perhaps on another day, I'll show you a really interesting way to use the Facebook version of this. Facebook has this as well. It's called the Ads Library. And there's some actually really intriguing and useful ways to use the Ads Library. But this should be part of your market research plan when you're starting a brand new business. You should be making a list of similar companies that are selling similar products and services, investigating what's working for them. And now you've got a free tool that Google has given us to do that. Quite awesome. All right, so that is the fourth segment for today, and that's the final bit of content I'll be delivering. But I do want to remind everyone that we're going to be doing some Q&A. So I'll be taking questions, and we'll be answering some of your questions for a few minutes here before we wrap up today's show. But we'll move on to Q&A. And what I'd like to do is, particularly if you guys had questions about any of the content today, any of the strategies or tactics that I shared with you, feel free to ask those, as well as push button AI customers. If you're looking for some of that consulting stuff like that, we can dig into that. And I want to remind you guys that you can always, all of our paying customers can always send questions ahead of time to our support, and they will queue them up and get them ready for me to answer for you live. And that's quite easy. Just send an email to help@pushbutton.ai, and they'll get that ready for me. And I can do things like pull up your sales letter. And if you would like me to give you some suggestions on how to improve it, how to edit it, you want to tell me about an ad campaign you want to run, you want my advice, you can submit those things ahead of time. And I'll be happy to do that for you during our Q&A session. And that's exclusively for our paying customers. And on that note, while we gather up questions, I want to remind you that you can become a customer. Right now, Push Button AI is in private beta. That means it is by invite only, and there's one way to get invited, and that's by asking for a live demo. So if you'd like to get access to our suite of powerful tools that make AI push button simple, there's so many AI tools that are complicated and time consuming, and they take lots of copying and pasting and hours of working on to get something good out of the AI. Instead, we take it and we make it push button simple. Our first product that we've launched under that brand, it's part of our private beta, is our course builder. And so if you've ever wanted to have a course business, or if you've ever wanted to have a product that you would like to sell online with massive profit potential, because let's face it, you build a course once and then you can sell it over and over and over again, and it costs nothing for each new course that you sell, right? Every time someone buys the course, it doesn't cost you anything. It's all profit. And so what our very first product released under Push Button AI, you answer 2 questions, you hit a button, and it will literally build an entire business while you watch, including a sales page, a squeeze page to get subscribers, a free report, a 12-module training course that you can sell as your own, video training, audio training, a 30-day email sequence, social media posts. It registers and finds your domain name for you. It sets up your hosting, launches your website, and then hands it to you on a silver platter to go in and improve and polish and launch and start making money. So if that's something you would be interested in seeing, we'd be happy to demo it for you and show you how it works. This is for people who are not yet customers, who are interested in becoming customers of Push Button AI. All you need to do is text the word demo to the number you see on the screen. And I'll pop that into the comments of the video down below, but this will be my final plug of Push Button AI, and they'll do a demo for you, and we'll find out if you're a good fit for the product and to be able to become part of our early bird, early access program. I'm looking for some very specific types of people. I want action takers and go-getters who are going to use our tools to get some amazing results, because I'm collecting testimonials. Right now, I'm building up a big old pile. It's quite high of testimonials and success stories and things of people that are doing stuff and using the tools. And so if that's you, I would love to do a demo and find out if you're a good fit for the program. And again, you just text the word demo to the phone number that you see on the screen below. And with that, I'm going to get to questions. And let's see here. So Nick, I don't know if you can isolate some of these and help me with any specific questions on here. Let's see.
Sure.
Yeah. So yeah, if you want to read, let me know who the question's from and read it aloud, and then I'm going to do my best to answer.
Sure. This is from Stephen Smith, and this is what he says. I'll just read it verbatim. I'm still looking for the best way to easily migrate my 25K former SPM Facebook page likers and followers to several memberships where they'll gladly pay a monthly fee. It looks like Facebook is unwilling to give me a list with their contact info, but perhaps there is still a way to do this.
Yeah. Okay. So you have a Facebook page that you've got a lot of followers on your Facebook page, and you're trying to figure out the best way to use that to drive traffic to a course website. And that's quite simple. Yeah. Facebook will not let you just export your users, and they won't give you, like, from people who like your page on Facebook, they're not going to give you their contact info. That's just not part of how Facebook works. But what you can do is start posting content to that group. And so let's say you have a group on, I don't know, gardening. And let's say you have a course on gardening. All you do is post useful content to the Facebook page or group, either way, and get them to link back to your website. And also you can plug your paid membership, and you just got to do that over and over and over again. And if the pages are older and have gone cold, it might take some work to reactivate them and get them, busy and active again. And that's really the way to use an established Facebook page to drive traffic to another business, whether it's a course business or any kind of business. That would be the same strategy: is warm up that page or that Facebook group, make sure they're hot and warm and active again by giving them lots of good content. And then you just start plugging your course in the middle of that. You could just start promoting ads, just push promotions right to your Facebook page as a post promoting your course, or send them to a blog post. You can promote the course from within the blog post, and you can just send them to your sales page from there. So that would be my advice on that. And we'll go to the next question.
Okay. So we have a question from James Donnelly, and he has, he wants squeeze page advice. He says, is it best to have no options on the squeeze page other than to click the button to join, subscribe, or close the page, as in no links to anything else, no header or footer?
Yes, kind of. So let me explain. I do find that the more navigation elements that you put on the page, the lower your opt-in rates are going to be. So if your goal is to get a subscriber, you want to make sure that that's really the only thing that they can do. That being said, usually in the footer down at the bottom, there are some legal pages that you're going to want to definitely link to. So you want to be able to have links to your privacy policy, your About Us page, your contact page, if you have a terms and conditions page. And I would put those down at the bottom, but put them in the bottom navigation and not visible. They call it above the fold, right? So when the page loads, definitely you don't want those links visible above the fold, but put them in the bottom. There are some advertising platforms that won't let you advertise or send traffic to a page unless it's got those important legal links on them, okay? That being said, it's best to not give your visitor any other option. When they hit that page, their option should be either to hit the back button or subscribe, one or the other. And that's what's going to give you the highest conversion rate on a squeeze page. All right, what else we got?
So we have a question from Tracy, and
Yeah.
she says, here's what she says. I have one AI website and a course ready. Is it better to start more than one AI site as I have other areas I want to access, or best to stick with the one site and put advertising on it? How to do that?
All right, so I would recommend that once you get to the stage of driving traffic and doing marketing, that you focus on one at a time. Now, if you have a lot of time on your hands, so this is like something where you're putting in more than a full-time or more than a full-time effort, and you've got the time to do it, maybe then you could take on, another site, but I would not do more than two. Certainly 3 at once is going to become too much, especially if they're new sites just getting off the ground. So I would really recommend you focus on one. If you've got lots and lots of time and you can, mentally stay organized, then maybe you could go to 2, 3 max. But for most people, I would say stick with a single site, get it some traffic, get it established before you want to move on to the next site. Now, last thing I'll say on this is you still can build your other sites. The beauty of push button AI is that it makes it like that. You can have another one up and running. So you might as well build it, get the sites launched, but you just might not be sending traffic to them right away. Just put them up there, get them established. So if you've got 3 or 4 niches that you're interested in working on, and you have ideas on how you want the courses to look, and what do you want in them and all that, launch them, get them up. They'll be there waiting for you to get onto them at that time. And then when it comes to the traffic, focus on one at a time. So that's my advice on that. All right, next up.
All right, so we have a question from Steve, and he says, this is Steve Newton. Where would you suggest we get good insights into what makes a good, successful newsletter to build it out in the Beehive tool?
Well, I can do some more training on that as well. So I'll talk more about email marketing if that's a topic you guys are interested in. Vote on that in the chat right now. Tell me, do you want more email marketing and newsletter training? I'd be happy to do it. I know a thing or two about that. So we can do more training on it. But the simple answer is this. Learn what your audience needs. Learn what compelling emotional problems that they have, what goals they're trying to achieve, and talk to them about those things. Even if all you do is send a newsletter and you link to blog posts and articles that aren't even yours, you can send them to other websites. They don't have to be your sites, and gives your newsletter people value for what it is that the pain points and the problems they're having and the goals they're trying to achieve. You help them with content related to those things, and they're going to love you. And so that's one of the simplest ways. When it comes to monetizing the list, that's going to be a much deeper discussion. So I'll need to talk more in another, we'll have to do another segment on that. Okay, there seems to be a lot of votes for newsletter training. A lot of interest in that. Okay, so then we'll add that to our list of topics to cover. So Nick, you might want to make a note of that, of a future topic to cover is how to run a newsletter.
Already on it.
Awesome. And there you go. So that is kind of a really simple answer. And it looks like we've got enough interest that we're going to, we'll do some more training on that in a future episode. All right. What other questions we've got?
So Tracy says she wants to know, how is it best to put advertising on the current site she has?
Okay, so that depends. So Tracy, I think you're in Push Button AI, right? Pretty sure. If you are, you have access to our traffic generation revealed course. almost positive you are. So you'll have access to that course. And certainly if you want a little bit of guidance on where to get access to it, where to find it, and what traffic strategy to focus on, you can ask support about that as well. So anybody who needs support for stuff like that, just send an email to help@pushbutton.ai, and they can point you to the link where it's at, and they'll get you rolling. But you have access to an entire course. And what that course is designed to do, the first part of the course is designed to help you figure out what traffic strategy is right for you. Because not everyone is the same answer. It depends on what niche you're in. It depends on what kind of a budget that you have, how much time you have available to you, those kinds of things. And so we help, or at the very beginning of that course, we teach you to identify what are the important factors on how to choose a traffic strategy. Should you choose a free strategy? Should you try to get traffic from Google for free? Should you try free Facebook stuff? Maybe you should try paid YouTube ads. Like, there's over a dozen different strategies that we teach you in that course. But first, you got to pick the right one for you. And it's not a one size fits all answer. It's unique for every single person and every single business. So we'll teach you how to make that decision and then teach you how to execute and get the traffic. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, good. Yep. And you are part of Push Button AI. So glad to see that. Yeah. If you don't know where that course is, again, email support. They'll point you out in the right direction. What else do we have?
So Blake says, 2 weeks ago, you said that you do a training on using ChatGPT to create Google ads. Is that still coming up?
That slipped through the cracks. So I appreciate the reminder. Nick, add it to the list.
Already on it.
Yeah, and the new format of these shows, it enables me, I'm going to be going fast pace. And the idea is that I'm going to give you four unique strategies, actionable strategies in every show. And we're going to pack them in, and I'll try to put them together step by step quickly. And then, like I said, for all of our paying customers, we'll give you the package of transcripts, any downloadable resources, links, everything else that you need to execute. We'll be handing that out in the members area for all of the paid members. But the idea is I can cover lots of topics every week instead of it being kind of a longer show where we cover one or two topics at the most. So we'll be cramming in a lot of stuff. And all of my topics will be picked based upon how I can best help you. So I would love to hear your feedback on what kinds of stuff you want us to cover. So especially those of you that are in Push Button AI and one of our paying customers, I would love some feedback from you. You can always email support if you have particular topics or things that you want me to cover, and we'll feed those through, and I'll take them up and we'll do the training. So, okay. And what I want to say now as well, we're now at about an hour 15 mark for the show. And so this is the last call. So at this point, we're going to lock the questions locked. And then, anything that has been asked up until now, we will go ahead and take that up today. Otherwise, we're going to have to push it into a future show. And all right, what else do we have, Nick?
So here's what Sarah says. She says, I just started a real estate business. I want to focus on wholesaling properties. What would be a good question to ask AI on how to help people in foreclosure?
Okay. Well, I think two things. One, the training I'm doing next week on the customer avatar is going to be really valuable for you. So that's the first thing. The next thing is you can just ask it. Like, the funny thing about the AI is you could say, that question you just asked me, you could go to ChatGPT and you could say literally what you just said there. I just started so you could tell it, act as a marketing research and business expert would be the first thing I would say. And then I would say, I just started a real estate business and I want to focus on wholesaling properties. What should I be doing to help people that are currently in foreclosure? ? Submit that. You'll probably be shocked at the answer. It'll be pre-foreclosure. Yeah. So and then I would vary it like that. And you can just straight up ask it, like, what should I help people about? So I want to find people that are in pre-foreclosure. How can I best help them? What are some of the topics or things that they need help with? And it will give you a really good list. Okay. Oh, actually, we have a couple of people in real estate investment in similar, doing similar stuff. Awesome. Awesome. See that people networking in the chat. That's fantastic. And that is often the simple answer with AI. You would be shocked at what you can just simply ask it. And so what I always do is I tell it what role I want it to play first. So I will say act as, and then I'll say an expert in, and then whatever thing I want them to be an expert on. And, I could say act as an expert in psychology and tell me, how to handle my anxiety about being live on YouTube, right? And then it will give you an answer, and it'll tell you actually how you would do that. Or you could say act as an expert in search engine optimization and tell me how to rank this keyword on Google, and it will tell you. So it's quite amazing, actually. So there you go. All right, next question.
It doesn't look like we have any yet.
Oh, okay. Well, if we've scroll up and make sure we didn't miss anybody, and then I think if that's that, we're going to wrap up for the day. But we definitely had an action-packed show, and so don't forget that next week I'm going to be covering building a customer avatar. And so what that means is a lot of like what Sarah is asking today is if you're going to sell a product. Let's say you've created a course on, I don't know, I keep using how to train your dog, right? The thing to figure out is the market that you're going to be helping. What problems do they have? What goals do they have? Where are they at in life? Like how old are they? What kind of interests do they have? Where do they hang out online? What kind of language do they respond to in your marketing? And these are all things that you can learn and find out using AI. And so I'll give you a really step-by-step, and you'll be able to go talk to the AI, and it will come back and spit out a complete customer avatar. And by the way, I have important news for customers. So that's my training for next week. But I want to let every customer know we have some new cool stuff. Would you guys like me to preview something cool? You guys want to see? I have an experimental feature that I am going to release to customers today. Well, maybe tomorrow, probably tomorrow. It's kind of late today. So this week we are releasing a new feature. Who wants a sneak peek? Anybody want? Let me see if I can pull the page up here. Just give me 1 second for me to see if I can pull it up. Got my bank of monitors here. So it's okay. There it is. And they might be working on it. So hopefully it's not gonna error on me while I'm live on the air. But so they may be working on this. But okay, yes. So you guys want to see it. All right. So I'll give you the setup for it. So we have this course builder, right? And it will build a 12 module awesome course on just about any topic you could think of. So we have a lot of people that are excited. They jump in, they build their courses, and off they go. But then some people, they're a little unsure, like what course should I make? What niche or niche market should I go into? And they're not totally sure of what to do in terms of trying to pick who are they going to serve, who are they going to help with their business. And whether you're building a course or any kind of business, this is an important question, right? What is your niche? What is the market that you're going to go into? Who are the people that you're going to serve? And up until now, that has taken human coaching. Okay, we have coaching. It's actually part of our early bird program, and if you get a demo with us, you'll find out about that. But we do have coaching where we can help people through that process, and we talk it through and do one-on-one help to help you figure out and pick your niche if you need that help. But a lot of people have been trying to figure out an easier way to do it, and so we cracked it. We now have an AI niche research coach, and it's going to do two things for you. First, it's going to give you 10 ideas for 10 different niches that you could go into, and it'll give you some general ideas of what kinds of courses that you could create in those niches. And it'll do it all for you while you watch. Then, once you can pick 4 of those and say, okay, I'm interested in these 4, then it will give you a detailed marketing plan and more specific information on how likely it is that you can succeed in that market. And it does it all for you on the page. The AI takes care of it. So let me show you and Cross your fingers. This is an experimental feature, and I hope it doesn't error while we're here live. Let's find out. They may be working on this actually as we're here. So this is it. It explains how it works, but the simplicity is it's 2 steps. Step 1, you fill out these 4 boxes that you see on the screen. And then it's going to give you back an answer. Then you go down here and you fill out these 4 boxes down here, and it's going to give you a detailed marketing plan about those niches. Okay. So it's going to ask you here. What I find in helping guide people on selecting a niche market is I want them to focus on things that they have as hobbies, things that they're interested in, any particular skills that they might have. You know, even if your skill is as a manager in an office, right? That's a skill. If your skill is in pricing products, you know, or maybe you have marketing skills, or maybe you have skills in dog training, or whatever your unique things you have skills in. And then if you have any areas of expertise, so this would be like a career path or a role in life that you're good at. Okay. And so probably we'll say hobbies of home organization, interests of making jewelry, skills of raising kids, expertise of starting a business. Okay. These are answers I put in here previously, but these could be anything you want. And you can put up to 4 in each box. Okay? You can put up to 4 hobbies, 4 interests, 4 skills, and 4 areas of expertise. And you click the button. Okay. And you can see down here, it's thinking. So if the team is not busy working on this feature right now, it's going to give me an answer. Now, it takes up to a minute for the AI to fully digest its thoughts and come back with some suggestions. Okay. And it's usually quite cool, like with the results. So we've got to give it a minute to continue thinking. And again, it might take a moment. So here, I'll come on camera here. But so the idea is this 2-step process. First, you find out what are 10 possible niches that you might want. And then 2, it gives a deep dive into the top 4, your favorite 4. It'll do a deep dive to help you understand thoroughly what the marketing should look like, how hard it's going to be to do that niche, some recommendations of what kind of courses you could launch. And it does all of this for you in that one page. And so we're releasing this, including an entirely new members area. So you guys all have 2 new courses, an entirely new members area, the niche coach, and a bunch of other stuff, all being released to paid members this week. So for those of you who are still with me here that are paying customers, you're all going to get access to this this week. So yeah, and it's still thinking. Let's go back to, oh, here we go. It started. So you can watch it as it fills out the answer. So its suggestion is, number 1, to do a course on home organization for busy parents. It says, it explains why. As someone with expertise in raising kids, you should create a course that teaches parents how to organize their homes to make their lives easier. Pretty cool, right? Jewelry making for beginners. That was one of the hobbies. Starting an online business. Organizing gardens for small spaces. And it's going to go through and it's going to give us 10 of these. Isn't that cool? And the answers are unique for everyone. In fact, I could come back and it will give me unique answers when I come and redo it. So you can see here, budgeting and saving for families, healthy meal planning for families, mindfulness meditation for beginners, DIY home decor. And let's get the final 2, and then we'll submit the next one. Personal branding for entrepreneurs. That's kind of cool. I could do that. Healthy habits for busy professionals. You know, that actually is kind of cool. I can tell you firsthand, as a busy entrepreneur, I don't always do the best at taking care of myself. So whether that's eating or exercise or whatever, so that actually could be pretty cool. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our favorite 4. So I'm going to start with this one. I'm going to copy it. And I'm going to come down here and I'll paste it into niche 1. So let's paste it here. Then I could do this one. So I'm going to take this one too. Personal branding for entrepreneurs. Okay. Some of you know this about me, but I have a background. Actually, my very first business I ever did back as a teenager, I actually created jewelry and cut gemstones at a wholesale business that I did that. So that's kind of going way back into my background, but I love that. It's actually my hobby now. And Nick's as well. Actually, that was Nick's first business, is in that market too. So let's see. Yeah, we'll try this one too. Starting an online business for beginners. So those would be my 4. So those are my 4 I'm most interested in. And then again, this tool is under construction as we're here looking at it, previewing it here live. So that my development team probably hates me for showing this to you while they're working on it. But I'm going to click the button and let's see if it actually works. Okay, so it's thinking, it's doing its thinking, and then it's going to come back with some answers. So again, this can take up to a minute for it to go and finish its thinking and come back with some answers. So rather than staring at that boring screen. So I'm going to fill some time here for the moment. So we're going to be wrapping up in a minute. I'm going to show you the results of when it comes back. What does it say? I think you'll be pleasantly surprised at some of the marketing and business development and just general advice it's going to give us. It's quite cool. And you can come back and use this tool over and over again. So if you're not sure what niche market to go in and you want to brainstorm some ideas, boom, you go over, you access the niche coach, and it will coach you over and over again. And that is pretty darn cool. It's designed to act like I would. It's actually designed to copy me. So if you were sitting across the desk from me and you and I were having a chat about what niche market you should go into, that's what the AI is doing. It's emulating me. It's copying how I would behave. What would I say? What kind of advice would I give you? What kind of feedback if I would tell you if it's too hard? Maybe I would tell you it's easy. Would I tell you there's a lot of competition, or would I tell you there's no competition? It's going to give you the same kind of advice that I would. So that's what we built. It's basically trying to make that for you. So you have access to an AI version of me, at any time in your members area. And it's still thinking. Actually, that tells me the longer it thinks, the more comprehensive the answer is going to be. So it's going to probably be quite cool. But yeah, so this is being launched. We're launching it this week, as well as an entirely new members area. And here we go. It's coming out. So we'll go back to the screen. So as a marketing expert skilled in market research, I've analyzed the profitability and competition of the following 4 niche markets for creating online training courses. And now it's going to break each one down. So when it comes to healthy habits for busy professionals, this niche market has a high potential for profitability as there is a growing demand for health and wellness products and services. However, there's also healthy competition in this space, with many established players already offering similar courses and programs. To achieve success, it will be important to differentiate your courses from the competition and focus on providing unique value and insights. Here are 5 suggestions for types of how-to courses. So we have the 30-day productivity challenge. We could have eating for energy, effective stress management, quick and easy meal prep. So there we got 5 recommended courses. Now it's moving on to personal branding, and it's going to break down how profitable the market is, how easy it's going to be, and it gives us 5 recommended courses. Now we're on to jewelry making. Same thing. It analyzes the profitability and gives me 5 recommended courses. And then here we go down to the next one. And let's look at this one. So this is a market I obviously know quite a lot about. I teach people how to start online businesses. And the advice it gives here says this niche market has a high potential for profitability. That's true. As there is a growing demand for online business related products and services. Also true. However, there is also significant competition in this space, with many established players already offering similar courses. That's also true. So, and there we go. There's the final courses, and then it has a conclusion. And there is your new AI niche coach. So we'll be releasing that to everyone this week, along with your all new members area and step-by-step training. It's been something being asked for in our members area to have a step-by-step. What do I need to do to launch my push button AI course business? And so that is also all being launched at once, and an entirely new course builder. It's a massive update this week. We're pushing it live. literally today. And I hope that we can get through testing and release it to you tomorrow, but it will be this week. Come hell or high water, all of our paying members will have this stuff coming this week. And on that note, I think I'm going to wrap it up. Nick, anything else we should cover before we go, or are we good to shut it down?
I saw one interesting question, and
Yeah.
I think it was from Tracy. And I thought we should just address this one thing before ending off. She asked about faceless YouTube channels and producing content without showing up on camera. And that's the subject I'm actually interested in. So I thought I'd ask you about that.
More content. Let's do a show on it. Quick advice. It is absolutely real. Like, I know people wonder, is this technique real or is it fake? No, it's real. It works. You can make money at it. Like anything, it will take commitment, time, and persistence. Okay. So don't think you're going to just jump in and have pop billions of dollars pouring in, despite what some YouTube videos will tell you. But if you're willing to work at it and keep at it over the long haul with consistency, it absolutely can work, and you can make a lot of money doing it. So, and for the rest of you, a faceless YouTube channel is just exactly like it says. You create a YouTube channel in a particular niche market, and you put out lots of interesting and useful and entertaining content, but you don't have to be the face. You don't have to be like me on camera. You could be behind the scenes on voice, or you can even have AI voice or hire human voice to be your voice for your channel. But point is, you don't have to be the personality on screen to build a successful, profitable YouTube channel. It's actually quite a cool business model. I like it quite a lot. So it is real. It does work. But like any other business, it requires commitment, time, and effort to make it happen. Okay, awesome. Then I think that is it for today. We're going to wrap it up. Glad you guys liked our new show format. We're going to be polishing, improving, and getting better and better. We'll be doing this every Wednesday at 2 o'clock Pacific, 5 o'clock Eastern, right here on YouTube. And of course, all of our paying members, you're going to get access throughout the next 7 days. You're going to get access to all the links, the downloadable materials, the transcripts for every one of the topics we covered today. You'll get each one edited in its own unique short video, and all the downloadable goodies as well. And on that, I want to thank you for tuning in with us. And Nick, thanks for your help today. I really appreciate it. And everyone else.
Of course.
Yeah, we'll see you next time. Bye for now.